Hi, I'm Kev and welcome to this week's Draw Along. Last time I promised we'll draw a Marvel character, so this week we are drawing the Incredible Hulk. So get your pencils ready and let's smash out this drawing. Before we begin, I just wanted to point out we're going to be drawing this pose today from Jack Kirby and John Romita. And then we're going to give our Hulk this Jack Kirby face, which I like. I like the kind of ape, kind of a mix of, I like an ape face with Boris Karloff's Frankenstein's monster. And they kind of used this in the films. So this is the face we're going to give our Hulk today. So with that being said, we'll begin our drawing. Okay, let's get started. So as usual, we start off with our stick figure drawing, so our construction drawing. And the Hulk in this picture is in a weird pose. Jack Kirby kind of, rather than drawing the Hulk kind of sprayed out like how we think of the Hulk, kind of like roaring with his arms out, kind of had the Hulk usually very tight and he's kind of like angry and introverted. I'm pulling the poses whilst I was talking over this. But yeah, so that's how we're going to have the Hulk today. And I've tried to break down his muscles with this kind of like bubble drawing to the side. Just try and make it easier for you when you come to draw this picture. But yes, so we're just building up the Hulk now. We're constructing kind of this big figure. You want to make the Hulk as you can make the Hulk as broad as possible. You can make him smaller. Usually depends. So now onto the penciling. So like I said, I like that Jack Kirby face. So Jack Kirby's Hulk is kind of my favourite Hulk. Or no, Art Adams. Check out Art Adams. I might put up a picture of Art Adams Hulk on here now. But he's got that big furrowed brow, that massive kind of brow, which we could see with the Boris Karloff influence there. The nose is small and he's kind of got like a muzzle, so his mouth is quite far away from his nose, giving him kind of like an ape-like face, which I always like. I prefer that look for the Hulk than kind of like a regular human type face. So I'm just going around the muscles and stuff, and working out where they intersect. So like that bicep intersects into, or get folded into the forearm when the forearm's bent. We've got these massive club hands as well. So think of when you draw in the Hulk, think of having like these kind of big tube fingers for the Hulk. And make his trousers as raggedy as possible as you want. And same for the feet as the fingers, big tubes for the toes. So this Hulk picture as well, I think of this Hulk kind of lumbering out of a cave. You've just walked in, Hulk just wants to be left alone, and you've just walked into a cave where the Hulk was hiding away from the world. I really hope Marvel, the MCU, goes back to having more of a rampaging Hulk. I don't like the Professor Hulk at the moment, so it'd be good to go back to something like this. I would like a decent kind of like horror film with like a body horror film with the Hulk, which would be really fun. So we're on to the inking stage. Getting that shadow around the eyes. I don't know how I inked the eyes. I should have had a bit more feathering. So feathering is kind of like shading with like cross hatching and stuff. Made his eye a bit too black there. So it's kind of what I did with the eyebrow. I wanted that under the eye. So if I went back and redrew this, I'd do that. because I pretty much copied this picture, the shadowing was already kind of done for me. So the light is kind of coming from where the Hulk's right shoulder is. It's coming from that angle. I like, again, going back to kind of like how Jack Kirby drew the Hulk, I like kind of the flat top head. Again, very much like Boris Karloff in Frankenstein. So yeah, I like the Hulk looking like a monster. So a lot of faffing about. As you can see when I'm drawing, I tend to not stick to one thing. If I notice, oh, you can hear beeping in the background there. Yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. The beeping made me lose train of thought. And I completely forgot what I talked about. Oh, zipping around the page. So when I'm drawing, I tend to zip around. Usually, when I'm inking, I'll think, oh, I best ink that before I forget about it. So that's why sometimes I might be drawing his foot, for example, and then I'll go back up to the Hulk's head because I've noticed something on the head that needs inking. I was debating making him a bit more angular, so rather than kind of the round muscles, I was going to kind of like sharpen them off, but I stuck with the roundness in the end. And the good thing about drawing on iPads is I can just line out where I want. Oh, even though I scrolled that in, I was going to say I could line out where I want my heavy black inks to go, and I'll just dump the ink in there. Say ink, the pixels. So with this as well, I went with that Jack Kirby John Romita. John Romita drew it on it as well. I think John Romita did the inks. I assume John Romita did the inks. With that drawing, I've tried to kind of modernise it a bit as well. I'm just playing around with the inks as well, just seeing where I want some kind of feathering in. Yeah, just bits and bobs here and there. Getting heavy black inks on the trousers. Kind of giving him a kind of cartoony feel as well. Like the fact that he's kind of got cankles as well. Like, he doesn't have thin ankles like tree trunk legs. So we're on to the colouring now. So as usual, I've done my flats, and I'm just going in with the shadow and shading. Again, this one I'm not going to go and kind of blend. I'm going for that more cartoony kind of look with that heavy, almost kind of cell shading. I don't think I like the green I chose actually for this Hulk. I feel like I should have gone with a paler green. I would have liked actually to going back to this, I might colour it in my own time, go back and do a grey Hulk version as well. I think it'd look quite cool as a grey Hulk. And in the comics he was originally grey, so if you don't know that story, I'll tell it now whilst you can see me doing the shading. Again, shading, wherever there's shadow, there's going to be darker shades. Wherever there's light, I'm going to kind of highlight it. But back to the story I was telling. So the Hulk was originally grey in the comics, if you didn't know, but the printing in the 1960s wasn't that good, so the grey came out inconsistent. There'll be darker patches, lighter patches. So the Hulk was changed to green to make the printing process easier. So that's why the Hulk is green and not grey. So if you like your jolly green Hulk, thank the fact that in the 1960s printing presses couldn't hold grey, replicate grey properly. So there we go. Yeah, in with the shadows. I've added some highlights. You can add whatever background you want to your drawing. It's up to you. I've just added I did the same for the Cyborg one, this orange background here. Yeah, getting the final touches in. I had a go at kind of blending it, but I didn't like it. And there we go, we have our incredible Hulk. As usual, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're glad that we're drawing some Marvel characters. I've done a lot of DC characters recently, so I wanted to move away and do Marvel. Marvel is my personal favourite as well, so I have more affinity to, more affection for all these characters. As usual though, if you have drawn along, please send your drawings to me at Keb's Drawalong on Instagram, or to at the Nerd Herd Comic Book Club, also on Instagram. Next week, I think I might do another Marvel character. I'm not sure. Might as well stay on with the Avengers as well. Please go back and watch the back catalogue for other videos with Marvel characters. We've got Spider-Man, Daredevil, Wolverine, as well as many other characters as well. There's a Morbius one there as well. So please do check those out. Yeah, and until next time, keep drawing. Thank you. Bye-bye.